Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2. It has been a while since I actually played, unfortunately due to scheduling, and I usually record these in batches, and like usual, I'm going to record a batch or several of them, and then, take some time off, and then record another batch. So, we are in Periki's Overlook, and I got a quest to go down to the docks over at the Brass Citadel, which I will get to eventually. I'm going to continue looking through the Overlook, talking to everyone I can, and finding out what can be done around here. Alright, and we're going to try and loot what we can. Let's talk here first.
Quench your thirst on the way up the mountain.
Alright, already talked to her. Alright. Let's come down here. Because what I see...
Hot razor skewers, crusted swordfish.
is something I can loot here. Okay, well, that's how I put them. Nothing major. Okay, Wakemi has food.
Today's catch, I say. Fresh and hot, spice to the tongue of outsider and local alike.
The vendor gestures to a bed of hot coals in his wagon, a flavorsome scent rising from bundles of meat-stuffed leaves. Alright, so this is just food for... well, for the party. None of this is... none of this is... looks really good for... I mean, I guess it is technically for the crew as well, but it's not really what you'd buy for mass supplies. Alright, let's see what's in here. Marihi and a bunch of stuff I could steal. What do you got?
I say, you look like someone who wants protection and a certain something about presence. Akira?
What the hell is Akira? A Hawano term of agreement and emphasis. The Hawano woman scans you up and down, nodding as she measures your
Holler
proportions.
if any of the iron or steel laying around catches your fancy. Or if you need something repaired, I'm happy to take a glance.
Alright, show her the shards of the blade, the endless paths, and the whispers of Yenwood. Can you do anything with these?
Akira, but these wonders have suffered greatly. I say you must take better
Yeah,
care
I'm
of these
sorry, a
things.
big giant stepped on them. She sets down the shards and frowns at you. I know, believe me. So what do you think?
I could repair these to their working order for 1,500 pyres each.
1,500, that's not bad. She thumbs her chin and considers.
Something about the metal. It yearns to bond as one. I could join all these pieces into a great sword for 3,000 pyres.
So I got 2 single weapons or a great sword. She lifts her gaze to meet yours, excitement of challenge in her
If you
eyes.
need iron or steel, maybe even something lighter, I've got plenty in stock.
I don't know. I don't think that I have anybody that uses great swords. I've got I got a couple people that use the small ones. So let's repair the blade of the endless paths.
I will get started at once. Kindly wait and I will be with you soon.
She gathers up the shards and chuckles, excitedly spinning a forge hammer in her hand.
Your unusual blade is restored. Akira, but I saw such strange visions in the light of the forge.
She hands you a familiar Estot, grinning all the while. And that got me a good thing. My
It is
thanks.
for these moments that I labor, my friend. May you be satisfied with your strange metal.
I'd like you to repair the whispers of Yenwood.
I will get started at once. Have a seat. This will take time.
Squinting and biting her lower lip, Marihi takes a closer look at the weapon shards.
My friend, your handsome blade is restored. A good thing it was made of exceptional steel.
She bounces the weapon in her palms and sighs down at her craftsmanship.
Such a shame to see it go. But go it must.
She relinquishes the sword with care. Now, my thanks.
If you're ever in need of spare coin, I'd be happy to take that off your hands. Enjoy it in the meantime.
She winks. Periki's Overlook is an interesting place for an
Akira,
armorer.
They wouldn't put a traditional smith here unless she brought something special.
She sighs and glances toward her tools.
My clients wanted everything engraved and beautiful. Wasn't why I got into the business, but it keeps my debtors happy.
Okay.
I keep it interesting working with exotic materials like shark leather, since there's some demand and little supply.
She shrugs, running her hand across the length of a hide. Show me what you got for sale. Alright. And I've used quite a bit of my money, but I've still got 6 grand left. There's the Queen's Rule, which is a great sword, 2-handed, exceptional damage and all that. Spearcaster, an arbalist, might be useful. Lover's Embrace, which is a 1-handed dagger. Got some good armor. The hell did I just pass up? Oh, I didn't pass anything up. Tuatello's Palm, that's a small shield. Gives you an offhand weapon, brawling inward spikes. Okay, not bad. So, let's see what we got weapon-wise. Okay. What do you got? You got a fine spear. Well, first let's take a look at our melee people. You've got Duskfall, which is a 21 to 30 slashing and piercing, penetration 8. This one has similar damage, similar penetration, similar accuracy. Is higher initiative better? Let's take a look at a dagger. 4 versus spears 5.3. So no. So it's slower. We're looking at this one. Whispers of Yen. So it's slower. It is reliable. It converts more to grazes. Does not grant devious. It does 20% damage against spirits, 15% accuracy, 15 accuracy against spirits. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that up here for versus spirits of sorts. Blade of the Endless Paths as 2-handed. Crap. I did not know that was a 2-handed weapon. What's this versus what I got? It's worse damage than Duskfall. It is better damage than St. Droga's Skull. What's Scrim? Plus 10% melee damage with wielded with a shield. And I'm not going to use a shield for that. Oh, that's the Gladiator sword. What's the Whispers of maybe I should have got the Great Sword after all. What happens if I put this on my offhand? I get better damage, but I don't get any burn. And I don't have it as light source. But then Zodal's Lantern is a light source. You've got a rapier in your offhand. Let's move the S-stock over to you. Although I guess it's not as awesome because you've got... What weapons do you know? You're good at rapier, that's about it. So that's not even helpful for you. Fine leather armor. Worse than what you got. This is worse than what you got. This is similar to what you got. Investments are gone versus Saints War. Drop freeze for corrode and get a second chance. I'm going to equip her with that. Yeah. So you get our leftover armor. How about you? What do you got? Seraphine's padded mail. That's... Yeah, this is not nearly as good as what you got. Oh. Yeah, I don't think any of this is useful. Almost, but not quite. I mean, I could give you something instead of this fine spear. What are you good at?
Pamper me too much and I'll grow to like it.
What? Oh, it's because I upgraded her stuff. So what do you got that you're that you got weapon person at? You got battle axe, blunderbuss, pistol, and unarmed. You are not proficient in spear. You're proficient in battle axe. But if you're not proficient in spear, I may as well give you the Whispers of Wenwood. Yes. Okay, that's cool.
I'll see it done.
What do you got back here? An armorer's trick is softened and abrasiveness of these dried shark skins. Let's head back out for now. Inventory adjustment. Ooh, it's night. The hell is this? This is the Luminous Bathhouse, and it is, I believe, closed at this hour, maybe? Well, there's Degnos.
You have truly put your foot in it this time. Adolf Entry, you go to visit the Luminous Bathhouse, yes?
Perhaps. Why do you ask?
My satchel. Like a fool, I left it inside. My ship is due to sail from Nekataka with the next high tide. If I do not find it, my Kasita will surely throw me overboard.
Okay, so I gotta find your satchel.
Merla, I cannot swim.
A look of horror spreads across his face.
I would go by myself, but the guards, they bar the doors to me without my Kasita present.
Right.
They think I am a thief.
Why can't you ask your Kasita to retrieve it then?
I would rather her not discover my incompetence.
His eyes dart to the sides, if looking for something or someone just outside his vision. I'm sure she's well aware. He bites his lower lip, uncertain whether or not to take your words at face value. Are you a thief?
No, of course not.
His eyes widen in fright, and he waves his hands frantically before you in a warding gesture. I'll let you know if I see it.
You mean it? Agrasima, I am in your debt.
The air of misery suffusing him lifts a moment. His eyes go wide and he grins. You notice a light sheen of sweat on his upper lip. He shifts his weight from foot to foot and stares at you intently.
There is one thing. Madiko, how could I have forgotten?
He tugs at the collar of his shirt as if he's suddenly much too hot.
If you could, do not open the satchel. The contents are... The information is...
He searches for the word.
Proprietary. You understand?
He requests a favor and attempts to dictate the terms of fulfillment.
No, I would not dare. You do me a great service, I mean.
He waves his hands frantically.
I am not so good at Ideiren, yes? Forgive my clumsy words.
He clasps your hands in his.
Please, when you find the satchel, meet me at Peddler's Canal in Queensberth.
Sure thing, my man. Although I think it might be a little while. Is there a time limit on that one? Whoops. I mean, I don't see a time limit on it. But I know there are time limits on things. Let's look around here first. Oh, look at this. We got an abandoned dog. Are we going to put another dog in our bag? I'll be grabbing these, and I will be grabbing the dog. Yes, I've just stuffed another dog in the bag. Yulfer's raiments. Alright, Yulfer.
If you find yourself in need of comfortable garb, I'm happy to oblige.
The dwarf tips his head in a curt, professional manner. You're a tailor?
I've been known to rip a seam here and there, patch some shredded gear back into shape.
His expression shifts, turning sour.
Thought I was an armorer, did you? Assumed that my tree stump limbs and barrel chest lend themselves better to the forge than the needle?
Forgive me, I meant no offense.
If it's armor you're after, Marie will set you up. She's got a knack for men.
Yeah, I already met her. He points out the door and jerks his head to the east, showing what's there for sale. Alright, so we've got Mantle of 7 Bolts. That is Mantle of 7 Bolts. +2 shock armor rating. Grants Storm of 7 Bolts. What the hell is that? It's a AE. No, it's not an area of effect. Unleashes 7 powerful arcs of lightning, which bounce off walls, harming anyone in their path. It's like Spark from Diablo. Burglar's Gloves. +1 dexterity, +2 mechanics, second story work, +2 athletics. It's actually not bad. 3 Trolls Stitched, +2.5 health restored per round, -2 burn armor rating, -2 corrode armor rating. So it gives you regeneration in return for a few things. What if I sell some things? Like, I know I'm not going to use any of this stuff. Let me look at the stash. Fine leather armor. What's the girdle do? +1 athletics. Fathom's Redress. 10% chance to cast interrupting crush damage AoE when critically hit in melee. +1 crush armor rating. Wow, okay. Alright. Although it doesn't do any damage, just is considered crush damage. Well, I think I could use the Burglar's Gloves. Just +2 mechanics. Or 3 Trolls Stitched. I might could use those on him. He'd lose some defenses, but gain health regeneration. I'm thinking either that or Burglar's Gloves. I may come back, but let's trade this for now. Alright, let's head back out. I may come back for those items, or at least one of them. What else is up here?
Did the Queen summon everyone to the palace?
Akira, I've never seen Aruihi run so fast.
It's a water clock.
Do you think the Audra Colossus would come here next?
Pray to Kahopa, it does not.
Alright, you got anything for me? No, you're just a guard. You're just a guard. Alright. This is Archimus's manor.
You have no right to interfere in Rawatai's business. Hawana culture isn't business, you company drudge.
Huh. What are you two about?
I don't give 2 pyres for your tribal pride, and I wager that Arkhamir cares even less.
The Amawa woman clutches her fist at her side. Her severe features are caught in an unshakable grimace.
If this is what passes for Rautai in diplomacy, Razanui has bigger problems.
The more calm and composed Juana smiles, turning when she notices you.
If you've come to see Arkhamir, you're too late. He left the estate on wizard business.
Did you say wizard business?
Arkhamir could be drinking Koiki wine with dead kings. There's no finding him if he doesn't want to be found.
What did you want with Arkhamir?
The wizard got his hands on a Hawana tablet, the Harapo epic. I came to reclaim it for Rawatai.
Okay.
In the middle of my negotiations, this little pest showed up with a claim on it.
She gestures to Nete.
The Harapo epic belongs to the Huana. The Queen sent me to remind you both.
Alright, an anti-primary source is a rare find for the Juana.
Akira, few outsiders can appreciate what such an artifact could mean to our people.
Posturing about cultural value is worthless. We both want the tablet for the same reason.
Would that be Archmage Arkhamir? I'm fond of his dazzling light.
The same. He keeps to himself, inviting no one but Facina behind the walls of his estate.
And who is
He and
Facina?
his apprentice run the Dark
Oh,
Company,
probably
a local
the
magic shop.
yeah, the one in the magic shop. How did he come to possess the
I
tablet?
believe that he had dealings with black market treasure hunters. Not that the Queen will implicate him.
Okay.
She's too preoccupied negotiating with the warmongers at her door.
So what's your
I
plan?
might as well adjourn to the palace in Serpent's Crown and give Arkemir time to think.
What a load of... You mean to get your hands on that tablet with or without Arkemir?
Hey,
You island rats
that's an
can barely
idea.
write your own names, much less a distinguished epic.
Ouch! Man, no, Nete blinks in her shock and takes a moment to smooth down the creases in her uniform.
Scamper back to the Brass Citadel and spin your own plots. I will happily do the same on my side of the island.
Tomorrow I'd like to speak with you. I like Netehi better.
For me, I could use a reprieve.
Netehi watches Tamara skulk away, turning back to you only when she's gone, and lets out a heavy sigh.
These are frustrating times we live in. What say?
Netehi opens her palms, inviting you to speak. Any ideas on retrieving it?
There's always Fasina, Arkemir's apprentice. No love lost there if whispers are true.
Netehi shrugs.
Arkemir seems
I'm about to do
really close in his inner circle,
service for her.
not excluding the imps.
I had two questions about the tablet.
I say the relevance of the Harapo epic can't be overstated.
Okay.
It could prove a touchstone for the Huana. It could even... Sorry. You go ahead.
Why is the Royal Deadfire Company so interested in the tablet?
They think the tablet can show them
Netehi stops herself, weighing her words with care.
the way to Ukaizo.
She sighs and regards you with unease. Ukaizo is a mythical island rumored to be somewhere in the Deadfire. Say that is the wellspring of Tijuana culture. Others tell of riches beyond measure.
Akira, it's a mythical island, but that isn't stopping any of us from rushing to claim it first.
Okay. Did you know about the epic before it fell into Arkemir's hands?
Akira, from the Journal of Rakua, an explorer who found the tablet on a remote island some 20 years ago.
Okay.
Unfortunately for Rakua, the most we found of her was her journal among the flotsam of a shipwreck.
What could the epic tell you
The
about the
story
one?
could speak to the values and beliefs of our ancestors. The language structure, narrative voice, and use of metaphor can tell us something about the time of its inscription.
She touches her bottom lip and glances off to the distance.
We could even... I've lost you, haven't I?
No,
Akira,
go on.
I tend to go on.
Why is the tablet so important to you?
It is important to all who call the Deadfire home.
Okay.
I only tell you this because I know you can be trusted.
How do you know
The
that?
epic is supposed to contain information on Ukaizo.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Nothing as dramatic as a set of coordinates, but anything helps.
Okay.
Stories are also important to the Huana. Much of who we are is still missing.
Alright, that's all I
Akira,
wanted to know.
The pleasure is mine.
So I gotta find my way in there. Just finding quest after quest. Excuse me, while I go pick all these flowers and grab a cat and put it in my bag. Meow. Jules, the cat. Just walk around with a bag full of cats and dogs.
The sea is true home. That smelly mountain.
Alright, what's up, dude?
What you want?
The imp recoils from you with a sharp hiss. What are you doing out here?
Arkemir doesn't let worthless idiot outside after worthless idiot sprayed dung on stupid tablet.
Oh, you ruined that tablet. Except it's stone, so not really. A mischievous grin splits the imp's bony
So
features.
worthless idiot watches the ships come in, looks at all the tasty gulls.
It sighs down at the vista of ocean and docks. Want to set sail and eat gulls? You're welcome aboard the Defiant. The imp takes in your words, its eyes widening to the size of moist saucers. A flap of its wings carries it closer to whisper in your ear.
How often you beat your crew, huh?
It doesn't whisper at all, and the question sends a ringing through your ears. I don't. Not yet, at least.
No beatings? None?
It blinks, struggling to encompass the
I
idea.
join crew? I join crew?
The imp flutters in an excited little circlet, points down the distant shape of the Queen's berth, and salivates at the sight of gulls landing on the rigging of the Defiant. Yes, you do. You can join my crew, little imp. You invited that imp to join your crew? Disgusting. Yeah, I would like to ask that imp how I get into this place, but I guess it's too late now. Let me go loot these. I'm not going in... Well, I'm not going to the Water Shapers Guild yet. Grab this stuff. Let's see what's in here. There's the north exit. Okay, grab those. Well, I've got the road to the gullet, and I've got the luminous bathhouse. Let's go to the Water Shapers Guild first, I guess. There we go. I should have been in fast travel this entire time. Alright, what do I got in here? A loading screen. That's what I have in here. Alright, so who's in here?
Takehu, you have shirked your duties for the last time, I say.
The guildmaster in fine robes stares down the sizable blue-skinned Amal before her. Students observe the exchange in a loose circle, exchanging whispers.
Guildmaster, be reasonable.
He tosses his anemone-like hair, which glows faintly as each bulbous strand settles into place.
I skipped one lecture to travel up the mountain. Still, the palace is closed until you present me before Onikaza.
He crosses his arms and raises one eyebrow. The murmurs of the crowd grow in volume.
You went alone. I asked for patience, but as usual, you make a trench out of a tide pool.
She pacifies her tone, suddenly conscious of the onlookers. What sounds important? Or controversial? Or both?
It's always both where this one is concerned.
She nods towards Takehu.
My patience wears thin, old shark. You have stifled me enough for one trip through Rakuru's bowels.
In spite of their obvious age difference, Takehu raises an instructive finger to the guildmaster. She flares her nostrils and takes a deep breath. Aloth gives you a pained look.
I say Ngati weeps at her petulant spectacle of a child.
Is the child of Nagati? Andra, goddess of the sea?
Ikera. The significance is clearer to some than others.
He waves toward the guildmaster with the back of his hand.
For a water shaper who treasures his duty to the goddess, you spend too many days cavorting at the brothel.
The guildmaster sidesteps Takehu and takes long strides away from the circle. Sparing another glance at Takehu, the crowd disperses.
Insufferable.
Takehu sighs and smooths back his hair. He turns his attention to you with a raised brow.
Did you need something? Or is it enough to bask in perfection?
Takehu grins and opens a palm, inviting you to speak. Water shaping sounds like a prestigious talent.
Well, through our connection to the gods, the Howana mold water like it is clay, easing it into an assumed form.
Grinning, Takehu adjusts his posture to assume a flowing, almost weightless stance.
We could sink every ship in Rawatai's fleet if they drew too close to the city, but some of us have gentler
He
tastes.
sighs and stands once more at
Some
ease.
of us see water shaping for what it is, a gift of divine expression.
I take it you and the guildmaster don't get along.
Kira, I bring art to the Guild of Water Shapers. They do not tolerate expression here. What I am
Is this going to be a companion? An excellent water shaper?
a fine guess, but no.
Oh.
It is because I am a godlike, kissed by the fish goddess at birth.
He extends an arm and flicks one of the fin-like appendages running from his wrist to his elbow.
Water shaping is Ngati's gift to the Howana, and apparently I am too. Savior to the tribes.
He folds his arms and grimaces. So, push back a little, test your boundaries.
The only question is, do
Sorry,
I return
Alof.
to my duties, or while away a few hours in the bathhouse?
Takehu tugs on his hair and purses his lips. The bathhouse. Definitely the bathhouse. Consider your responsibilities first.
The guild can wait until I am good and ready to return.
So have you got something to tell the crown?
I sent the prince a missive and heard nothing back.
Takehu crosses his arms and sighs.
He is a busy warrior in a time of peace, I say.
Let's talk to him together then. Being a watcher tends to open doors.
A watcher? And here I am, used to being the freak of Periki's Overlook.
He rests a hand on his hip and grins.
What does a watcher do?
I'm the Herald of Barath, for now at least.
Kara. Just so.
He strokes his chin, nodding.
I say I am no sailor, and I know even less about death. I am an artist.
He stirs his fingers through the air, drawing together droplets of moisture into an orb of water that floats over his palm.
My peers do not understand. Water shaping to them is like studying calligraphy, to brew ink and sort parchment.
He lets the orb fall to the ground and splash at his feet. I'm curious to see what you can do.
The tide brings unexpected gifts.
Okay.
You are not unknown to me, I say. Whispers of an Ardra Colossus
Yeah,
reach my ears.
the dude wrecked my castle. I'm gonna extract it out of his hide.
Louder whispers of a corpse who follows him.
Takehu raises one of his brows.
What will you do when you catch up to this walking god?
I'll be for the rest of the gods to decide.
They will, I say, have bickering thoughts on the matter.
Yeah, I gathered that.
If it untangles me from the guild's apron strings, then you can mount me as the figurehead of your fair ship.
Takehu inclines his head and touches the circular marking on his brow.
Our quarters may smell of fish before long, but Your crew will be more beautiful by association, I say.
He winks, and Aloth is not pleased with
Be
his
an
group.
improvement. Glad to have you.
Let's be
Right
off.
on. It will be good to put some distance between myself and the guild, even if we find less savory places along the way.
And we certainly will.
A fair warning, Captain. Ingati gifted her favorite son with more than his stunning complexion.
Alright, what, can you breathe underwater?
Yes, only for as long as, well,
Tekehu folds his arms and considers.
I say you will learn. In time.
He winks, his eyes suddenly as dark as beads of polished onyx. Alright, Druid, subclass Water Shaper, or Chanter, subclass Storm Speaker, or Theurge, both. I will accept a Druid, and he's going to sit in the roster for now. Because I'm maxed out on my party. And I guess I could continue looking around in here. But for now, I'm going to call it here. This has been the RPG Crawler with Pillars of Eternity 2. If you like what you've seen, remember to leave a like, comment, got any feedback, and subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye. And if you are still watching, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my supporters, the top tiers of which are listed on the screen, without whose support I would not have been able to offer the variety of content that I have on this channel throughout the years. If you're feeling particularly generous and would like to join them, you can support the channel. There are a variety of options to do so. I have a Patreon, a Subscribe Star, as well as channel memberships enabled. If you are not in a position to contribute, simply leaving a like, a comment, or sharing my videos are all wonderful ways to help the channel grow without spending a dime, and are all greatly appreciated.